Hello everybody, Stallions, Handsome Jack Boy here, bringing you guys the 8th episode of my Borderlands Enemies Guide, and in today's episode we're finishing off the Skags by covering the last of the badass Skags. Alrighty guys, so as you can see right there on screen, we have a picture of the badass Skag. Now there's multiple types of badass Skags within Borderlands 1. I've already covered the badass alpha Skag, so if you guys haven't seen that, make sure you check out the video. There will be an annotation in this video so you guys can go check it out. But anyway, there are multiple types, like I said, and this is one of them. There's the just plain non-elemental badass Skag, the corrosive badass Skag, the fire badass Skag, and the shock badass Skag. Now, similar to badass alpha Skags, these badass Skags attacks are based upon what elemental type they are. So obviously if you have, let's say, a badass shock Skag, then he'd be doing shock damage. Now, going over their attack mechanics, the badass Skags attacks are basically the same as the badass alpha Skags attacks, except the way that these just badass Skags approach you is of course different. They stay more at range, except for the non-elemental badass Skag. He's more like an alpha, you know, in a way that he likes to charge, he likes to just stay up close and personal. But with these elemental ones, they like to stay at range more than close quarters. They'll use close quarters as kind of like a final option, I guess you can say. Now, as far as the best elemental weapon type to use against these things, it's just like with the badass elemental alpha Skags. You want to use an elemental type that opposes their own. So with just the non-elemental badass Skag, you want to use like corrosive and stuff because he doesn't have any elemental attributes that will cause him to resist any damage. Now, one thing to point out with the just badass Skags in general, all badass Skags have a chance to drop elemental artifacts based upon what elemental type they are. With just the plain badass Skags, they would drop explosive artifacts since they don't really have an elemental type. Badass Skags can be found in Arid Badlands, Skag Gully, Lost Cave, Arid Hills, and finally Crazy Earl's Scrapyard. Alrighty guys, well I hope you enjoyed this episode. We are finished with the Skags. It feels so good. I hope this satisfies you guys for now, because you can probably tell that I still have this cold and right now it's really bad, guys. But once it clears up, I promise there's going to be tons of videos. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you haven't yet, make sure you guys go check out that alpha Skag video, because there's a lot of information there that I didn't really cover here because I already covered it in that video. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm out of here. Peace!